Well, Ollie and I are on the move. We're on the move. We got a little bite to eat, brought Mommy home something, and bringing her home something, and we're heading out. So, I didn't want to do my opening today because we do have some horses racing tonight. I might have jinxed myself after I decided to. We found out that Tanzanite Tricks had a temperature of 103.1. I made my mind up just now, so 103.1 this morning, which by itself is concerning, but we did give her bute and the temperature came right down. She ate all our lunch, so little mild sickness going on with Tanzanite Tricks. No mucus, no coughing, so maybe a little bug. The bad news is by giving her the bute and obviously by treating her sickness, she wasn't fit to race. We had to scratch her for tonight, but that's fine. By not moving her, by not stressing her out, by not heating her up, she'll probably bounce back over this Monday or Tuesday. We'll get her maybe even schooled on Thursday if they allow schoolers this week, and then we'll race her the following Monday. No big deal. So it sucks because I hate scratching, one, and I definitely hate scratching favorites, two, but moreover and more importantly than that is to make sure the filly's good. She's been racing pretty good for us. I was looking forward to tonight quite a bit, but unfortunately that's the way it is. That's racing. She was a little bit under the weather, so we scratch her. Now we had every baby except for Hill of Magic, who's just now starting to jog full time, so it would have been a lot to ask her to train today, but certainly was healthy. Every baby was healthy today. No sickness today in the top barn. In fact, the only sickness to speak of any kind is Tanzanite Tricks right now. So not a bad day. Unfortunately, we had to scratch a favorite, but got to make sure our girl is healthy and ready to go. So I suspect a week from Monday we'll be talking about her being entered in to go. As for us, we had a good day training. The weather was pretty good. A little windy. Don't know if we could have got drone today if we wanted to. A little windy from here and there. But the track was good. The track was real good today, actually, and we got some real good training miles. Trained everybody anywhere from 226 to 234-ish today. If they went in 234, it's because they just get over the half a little slow. All the back halves were in roughly 110 to 113 maybe. All real good miles. I was very happy with everybody today. Now, as usual, we had 10. I've been working away at it, trying to get it down to the top 10 list. It was a good day. I had listed almost 20 horses that I thought could easily make the top 10 list. One in particular we've all been looking for. I didn't end up putting 3 Point Blue Chip on the list, even though he stayed trotting, did his work, and looked great. His breaks in the past, I guess it would be unfair to put him on the list ahead of Amordiner, who's been training great of late. We'll start with him anyway, so it's not a big deal. There's a number of other horses that made the list, and really what it came down to was consistency. If you looked at the just today and no other days, a 3 Point Blue Chip probably would have made the top 10 list, no problem. But it's not as simple as that. You really have to look at how everybody's been doing coming up to today, how they did today, and then make a decision of 10 horses on that. I am going to bring, since Jimmy was here this week, since Johnny went with a bunch, James, Amy, everybody's going to do their top 10 list. I didn't tell anybody yet. I didn't tell Amy or James or Johnny or anybody this, but I'm going to make everybody do their top 10 list again this week. Now, you won't have them on Monday when you're viewing mine, which is the most important one, but throughout the week I'll bring you the top 10 lists from Johnny, James, Amy, Mario. Chris hasn't gone with a lot yet, so there's no point in asking him. So those Amy, Mario, James, Johnny, Jimmy, those 5. We'll get you those 5 this week. And then mine, as I said, most important, is right now. So coming in at number 10, I let the cat out of the bag a little bit a minute ago. Amordiner. This horse looked very, very good today. You know, Mario had said to me, jogging around, he goes, I hate that he won't pick the bit up, like get grabby. And as a driver, it's very frustrating to try and drive a trotter that isn't picking the bit up. It's hard to balance them. It's hard to move them with confidence. And I get that. As a trainer, it doesn't bother me, and I'm happy that the horse stays relaxed. I thought I had everything sewed up, and I did end up winning that set with a different horse, not Amordiner, but Amordiner was flying at the wire. Never missed a beat, trotted right through the turn into the backstretch. definitely improving every week and definitely belongs on this list. His last half was very good because I was on the front and know my last half was very good, and he was gaining on me, which makes his last half better. So Amor Diener was very, very good today. Of Tom, I could have put probably any of the horses from 4 right through 10 in any different order. They all went very good today. Of Tom, I didn't get to another horse. I was second. I got a little bit of a razzing today because I moved to a 3 wide at the backstretch. I often do that. People say, why? You get antsy. It has nothing to do with racing. It has to do with me pushing them in such a way, and this is my firm belief, they have to be able to put that muscle on to be able to use them in that manner. Now, if you're talking about a horse that is just a naturally gifted athlete, just a good horse, a great horse, I'm sure you can do whatever you want. But as we're trying to mold these horses into the very best athletes they can be, I need to be able to use them in different ways. I need to be able to count on them. And Of Tom is just so balanced on her feet. You can do whatever you want. I moved her 3 wide. She hung out a little bit in the 3 wide path. I dropped her back into the second over spot in the last turn. The horse on the front made a break. We'll talk about her in a minute. She didn't make the top 10 list either. We'll talk about her in a minute. The horse on the front made a break. I snuck through the middle, and then another horse came and picked both us off. Prairie Fire, did he make the list? Oh, that's sad. Prairie Fire was absolutely awesome today. He didn't make the list. The horse on the front, well, I'll tell you about now. Will to Win Hanover made a break on the front end. You guys have seen lots of breaks from Will to Win Hanover, and I don't care about any of them. None of them. They don't bother me at all. I know why she's making a break, because she's trying to do more than she's capable to do physically right now. That's why she's making a break. Her head tells her legs they can go faster on the trot than they actually can. And that's the only reason Will to Win Hanover's made breaks of late. So I'm not even going to count them. I'm going to discount the breaks. They mean nothing to me. Although I didn't put Will to Win Hanover on the list. I didn't put her on the list today because I can't. That's fair as fair. You guys also know what I think of her. I told you she was in my mind, March 1st, 2021, our number 1 horse. That's what I thought moving forward. I'll stand by that. Until I'm wrong, I will be considered right. So Will to Win Hanover made a break on the front. Of Tom ducked to the inside. Now, the reason I didn't tell you who came and beat me, she's further up the list. We'll talk about her in a minute. Prairie Fire was on the outside. I might have made Prairie Fire ahead, and he was out the whole way. Again, you guys will be surprised with Prairie Fire and another one of his Ohio buddies that nobody's really paying attention to. That was exceptional today. So actually, the fastest horse on the property, no one watching this video right now could guess who the fastest horse, the fastest 2-year-old, any gait, gender, of any kind, is on the training's inner premises. I'll tell you in a little bit, but guarantee you, don't even bother, you can't guess. So, Of Tom comes in at number 9. I love Of Tom. Yes, I'm biased. I love the filly to death. She's one of my favorites. She's been one of my favorites. She continues to be one of my favorites. Ollie, is she one of your favorites? Are you just saying that so I'll stop asking you questions? Are you sure about that? Who's your favorite horse? Tanzanite Tricks? Really? I didn't know that. Who's your favorite baby? I know who it is, and I can't believe you don't remember. Who's your favorite baby? Can't even type the 4-year-old. Who's your favorite 2-year-old? What about that red horse? Resolute Bay. He's not your favorite horse. Well, it must be Of Tom then. Oh, it isn't. Fine, I don't want to talk to you anymore. So, Of Tom comes in at number 9. Number 8, another horse jumped onto the list. You are going to find out soon enough. Matt's MVP. Now, was not the fastest horse on the property, but was the second fastest horse on the property. Was a close. Now, I don't believe he beat this horse. I guess I should have asked Johnny for confirmation. I believe the horse, and I'm sure this horse won it. No, maybe Matt's MVP did get up. Well, they're right beside each other anyway. Matt's MVP and the horse just above him. If I'm wrong, and Johnny can confirm this, if Matt's MVP got up to win, he is the fastest horse on the property, 226 today, and looked great. Now, I guess I'll make them a tandem, because now that I say it out loud, I'm not certain who won the set. Slim Jimmy. Mario has had Slim Jimmy. Mario came first over. I had Granite Hill on the front. I wasn't ready to go 226. Granite Hill certainly wasn't ready to go 226. Ready to go 236 maybe. I went 232. He come 100. I let him go and he opened up 2 lengths. I just let Granite Hill coast. He went a mile in 231, something like that, and did it easy. Did his work well. But I think I was going to say there's no way I was 20 lengths back. I was like 8 lengths back. Problem was Mario started at the back. I started at the front. That's what it was. So Mario went a mile in 226, maybe 227. Either way, it was the fastest one. And unless Matt's MVP beat him, in which case Matt's MVP is the fastest horse. So there's 2, not 1, but 2 horses you could never guess were the fastest horse on the property so far this year, since we bought them. March 13th, 2021. Slim Jimmy, Matt's MVP, both fantastic today. They are sitting in the 1-2 slots overall for speed. Number 6. 6, really? 10, 9, 8, 7? Yeah, number 6. Voyage of Ice and Fire. Now, I guess it's a little unfair. I was noses apart. In fact, I think I beat the horse that's much further up the list. Now, the reason I put the other horse much further up the list is because he looks good. He's been coming on. He's been consistently good. He hasn't made many... Well, that's not true. He has made breaks. I don't know. I think I screwed up here. Voyage of Ice and Fire either needs to be very much closer to the front of the top 10, or the horse I put in number 2 spot needs to be further back. We'll leave it the way it is for now. Voyage of Ice and Fire is a killer. Straight up killer. Sweetheart. Here's a horse that's a stud. Doesn't know he's a stud. The quietest, most gentle horse in the world on the track. Just does his work. He doesn't get wound up. He doesn't get up. He makes the odd break, but he doesn't get too concerned about anything. He's a workhorse. I love this horse too. This is 2 Break the Bank Ks we've ever had. Ever. 1 GW Chrome. You guys know I gushed over him last year. I love him even more now with his qualifier in 2 minutes the other day at Northfield. First asking with no hobbles on as a sophomore. 2 minutes was awesome. And then Voyage of Ice and Fire, only 2 Break the Bank Ks, so I suspect we'll get more in the future. But Voyage of Ice and Fire, man, he looked good today. I think he got up. I keep saying just missed. I won. I'm sure I won. But it was so close, I gave it to the other horse because I'm a gentleman. So Voyage of Ice and Fire comes in at 6 after looking the horse in front. Absolutely shouldn't be. Should be around number 3. But we'll leave him there for now. Why? Because he's humble. So am I. Sometimes. So Voyage of Ice and Fire comes in at number 6. Number 5 is going to surprise you. I'm sure there's people that didn't even know she was training today. Guarantee you there's nobody thought she'd make the top 10 or top 5 list. And certainly not a human being amongst all of you. Maybe one, the person that bred her. No one else would have thought that she beat every pacer on the grounds. Miss Mildred. Miss Mildred had an OCD removed not even 4 weeks ago. Her first training trip was Wednesday. She was flat. She hadn't trained in 2.5, 3 weeks. I actually got a stern talking to by my younger, uglier, smashed up brother James, who was at the barn today. Give him props. In an accident on Thursday, drove on Friday, at the farm, training on Saturday. Good for him. But he's not as good looking as me, or as smart. So those are just facts, though. I'm just dealing in facts. James was whiny because I put Miss Mildred in with the best pacers. She's a pacer. She's going to have to go in 2:30 today. James subscribes to, and this is important, I've now put a diagnosis on it. James subscribes to horses being afflicted with the broken heart syndrome, where you train them hard or you race them hard and all of a sudden, they're wrecked, broke their heart. No, I don't subscribe to that at all. A true strong athlete, 1, is a competitor and you can't win every time, and 2 is a short memory. 2 very important parts of being a good athlete. And this whole broken heart syndrome, I don't subscribe. I think it's a crock of shit. Excuse my language, Ollie. There's no such thing. You show me a horse that's sitting there licking their wounds after they get beat, and I'll show you an inferior horse. And that's really what it comes down to. James thought that we were going to put Miss Mildred in with these pacers, and they were going to beat up on her somehow in 2:30, and all of a sudden Miss Mildred was going to be kinked. And don't kid yourself. James McDonald is not the only one alone in that boat. There is a large subscription of horse enthusiasts and horsemen and trainers that believe the same thing. I am not one of them at all. The horse suddenly gets worse and terrible because they got roughed up and they just weren't a good horse to begin with. That's where I come from. Right? And that's really what it boils down to. Show me a horse that gets roughed up that is no good afterwards or significantly worse afterwards for an extended period of time. That is a cheap horse. That's what that is. A bad competitor. So, Miss Mildred went in with them. Now, of course, I want to prove a point. So I get away in behind James with Almost There Boss. Now, Almost There Boss, get a little ornery. We got to make some changes with him. He got away on Brody a little bit the other day, so I put James on him today. I float Miss Mildred over to the front. I know it was just boiling James's blood that I put her on the front. Now we're going to go a mile and 30, 33, somewhere around there. Now I know James cuts it. We're going in 48. I cut it. We might go in 28. So I cut it to the quarter. I know, not even, maybe, I might have made it all the way to the half. I'm not sure. James, I could hear him, pops out of the 2-hole with Boss, puts him on the front. Now we're in with Luck of the Dragon, who was great. All of them were great. Only we were going some big speed on the end of it when I moved Miss Mildred, and James let Almost There Boss rattle. You're not sure about Miss Mildred, but we all know Almost There Boss can fly. Anyway, we cut loose the last quarter. I blew right by him at the wire, beat him by a head. Miss Mildred, I forgot how fast she was, how quick on her feet she was. She's a little more frail. She missed time, so she doesn't look as big and muscular as the other horses. So it's been a while since I got to see that. I saw that turn of foot a couple of times, and it's impressive. Very impressive. But I hadn't seen it in a while. Saw it today. Get up and beat Almost There Boss. So we're pulling up. I look over at him. I said, I think she'll get over it. He didn't like that at all. Almost There Boss was awesome too. That was a big last quarter that we threw into them. Luck of the Dragon was in there, great again. What's that? Jelly, Peanut Butter and Jelly was in there, and Century Invictus. All three of them were behind us. You weren't catching us. You weren't going around the two that were on the front end. It was impossible. There's many racehorses in the barn that were not going to be able to overtake and pass those two horses, the speed we were going finishing up. It wasn't we were going 28 seconds or anything, but they were working going under the wire, and both looked exceptionally well. We are at the Hacienda. We're home. I think that's home. There we go. All right, Ollie Bear. Can you bring this into Mommy?
Yeah.
Thanks, bud. Remember to take everything out of here that's yours.
You know that you feel videoing?
I know I'm videoing. So, you could say bye to everybody if you wanted. That would be nice.
Bye-bye, yeah.
Okay, take everything in. So, as I said, Miss Mildred, fantastic today. That whole pacing set was impressive. But Miss Mildred, wow, she was, for filly. Now, just to set the stage here, just so we're all clear. Just so we're all clear. I'll get that door, I guess, Ollie. Don't worry about it. Who does that? This is a filly that had an OCD, a month ago? We had it operated on immediately. Took the OCD out, 2 weeks in the stall, a week of walking, a week of jogging. So we're over 4 weeks. She trained on Wednesday, so you're borderline a month since her last training set before Wednesday. She had one training trip on Wednesday. Saturday was her second trip, and I even went back to make sure she's cleaned up her lunch. I said to Colt loves the filly. He takes good care of her. I said, hey, she's a little bit behind these horses, so try and get her out every morning in the paddock before we jog her, and make sure she's eating lots. I don't want to see her tuck up. Miss Mildred, exceptional today. Coming in at number 4 was Eyes at 10. I love that. Everybody loves this filly, and you should. She come on the track, and you could tell she just got shod yesterday, and she wasn't super comfortable, right? She looked a little pacey, a little choppy. And Amy's like, I don't know what's wrong. I said, listen, turn her, score her down, and get her on the bit. You know, if she has some issues, fine. But when you're on the track and you're training, you're here to work. And that's tell you what, You ever see a horse that's not having a good day but goes out and trains good? That's a good horse, more times than not, right? That's not easy to do. To warm up, you go 3 or 4 laps the wrong way of the track, turn and go a mile. Now, in that span of, that's 10 minutes, max, 10, 11 minutes. So when you go on the track, and you're on the track for 10 or 11 minutes, and you're not warming up good, it's something else to go out and train good. It's something completely different to go out and beat the set and look good doing it. I told you about the horse getting up to beat Of Tom. That was eyes at 10. Amy sat away 4th. James was on the front with Will to win Hanover, and it was going to be really tough to beat him. Prairie Fire was laying on the outside 2nd. He was the only one that was going to have a shot. I wasn't going to be able to pass. I didn't think I could pass Prairie Fire or Will to win Hanover. Amy was going to beat me for 3rd probably with eyes at 10. I was going to have to settle for a close 4th. Instead, James ran, Prairie Fire drifted out, and Of Tom found, and this is why I love her so much, because she's not a killer, but she wants to be. She found whatever she had left in her, she found, got up and beat Prairie Fire, and eyes at 10 just picked her off at the wire. So eyes at 10, an absolutely fantastic mile. What made it better was she didn't warm up great. Came in, ate her lunch, everything seemed fine. Could have been that they had her shod yesterday and her feet were stinging her a little bit. Could be a lot of things. But at the end of the day, when push came to shove and it was game time, she showed up in a big way, and that is important. Number 3, you're going to see this guy climbing the list. Am I biased? Yes. I'm going to continue to double and triple down on Massive Profit. I told it, and it was a great question today. Good friend of mine, Johnny, said, why did you make such a lofty prediction about a horse that is, from what it looks like, unproven? This horse made a lot of breaks. He's never really beat up on anybody, and you're saying he's one of your best horses? I'd like to know why. And I couldn't really answer it. I said, you know what? I don't know. I said, I look back on the things that I found most interesting and impressive about all the best horses we had, and I see lots of them in this horse. Lots of them. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. He beat them up good. Now, he didn't maul them. Amordiner was coming to me. I remember I told you number 10, Amordiner, was coming to the horse that I won the set with. That was Massive Profit. I whacked it out, come a half and 11, and he was very good. Amordiner was coming to him. He trained awesome. But Massive Profit, I quarter pulled him to the front, controlled the mile, and let him trot down the lane. He was exceptionally good. I don't know. I still can't tell you why I would put this horse ahead of so many. But Massive Profit, just something about him screams good horse. I can't quite put my finger on it, but I really like this horse. And for those of you out there saying, "Oh, it's that's just you being a salesman," there's no shares for sale. Most of these horses don't have any shares for sale. This is me just giving to you how it is. This is the straight goods. It's unbiased. So Massive Profit comes in at number 3. One is set. I see so much improvement every week, and the mistakes he almost makes, that's important. When you can see horses almost make a break, and then understand that the only reason they didn't is because they didn't want to, because they understood their work and they persevered and pushed through, that is a gold star A+ for me every single time. And I see things like that with this horse all the time. So although he really can't beat a lot of the horses right now, I'm taking a look at all the horses we've had, all the horses I've had, all the things I loved about them. I just see a lot of them in Massive Profit. He comes in at number 3. He's still flying high in my mind and in my books, and I like this horse very, very much. Number 2, Renegade Gypsy. Now, I said I got up and beat him. I think I beat him with Voyage of Ice and Fire. Now, Mario's going to tell you when he sits in that seat and tells you, you just say, no, I won. Mario's 65 and can't see. He didn't win. I won. I definitely won with Voyage of Ice and Fire, but Renegade Gypsy was exceptional. And regardless of who won or didn't win, I put Voyage of Ice and Fire at 6. I put Renegade Gypsy at 2. Why? Because he looks like a great, great, great horse. Now, we haven't had any Breeders' Crown winners, Hambletonian winners. We haven't had any unbelievably fast killers. It's a good horse, I think. And Renegade Gypsy just looks the part. He does it all right. Sure, he's made breaks, but he didn't today. Track was good. Track had a good surface on it. He moved him to the front. I came first over right up into his grill with Voyage. And usually when Voyage sinks his teeth into you, you're not going anywhere. And he gave me all I wanted. Now, I still do think I get up and beat him, but Renegade Gypsy is just an Adonis. Like, Voyage of Ice and Fire is a beautiful horse, but he wears heavy shoes, toe weights, 2 sets of bell boots, head pole on the inside. He leaks in a little bit. You got to watch him because he will make a break, but he is fast as a car. Renegade Gypsy looks like a bodybuilder made love to a football player, and they had a horse, and that would be Renegade Gypsy. This thing is massive. Looks like he's been eating horses his entire life. I like everything about Renegade Gypsy, and I know I talked about Massive Profit. I like him. I think he's a good horse, but I love Renegade Gypsy for the exact same reason. All the things I love about horses. You think about all the good horses you've ever had or looked after or drove or trained. I guarantee you this guy has some of those traits. So Renegade Gypsy comes in at number 2, and I'm sorry. I don't even know if Bomb Hugger won today. I have no idea. But she's still the best horse we have. In March of 2021, there isn't a horse on the property wants any piece of Bomb Hugger. I told Greg again today, I don't care what you do, just don't move her out of 3rd gear. Just let her idle. He said coming to the half, she tried to pull herself out of the hole. He said, I kept her in, she kept trying to wander out. I'm saying, what's she doing? Finally, I moved her, and she wanted to sprint past them. He said I had to double her up, just get up alongside them. She just kept moving out and coming forward. She loves to beat up horses. She is a bully. I love that about her. She's been beaten up. So she isn't a natural bully in the sense that, you know, and I know, we all grew up in the same generation. If you're above 30 or 35, bullying wasn't done on the internet. It was done in school. And there was only one way to stop a bully. That was to punch him in the mouth. Bomb Hugger was beat up right till January, made lots of breaks, was never a bully, but she enjoys being one. And she loves beating up on horses. Come first over with Bomb Hugger and just growl at her in the last turn. There isn't a horse we put harness on that is 2 years old at that training center that wants any part of Bomb Hugger. She is full of confidence. She's exuding confidence right now. And like Greg said, he said she just feels like at no point could they ever dream of beating her. And I said, I know, that's how she feels. So that's where we're at with Bomb Hugger. My only concern with Bomb Hugger is I don't want her this dialed in for this long. I don't want her feeling like she could qualify next Thursday in March when she's not racing till July. So we're doing our best just to lull her to sleep for a while. And that's what I said to Greg. Greg's just one of our, Greg's trained horses, but he's, caretaker and a good horseman. I said, just go easy. Don't start her up. And Greg's a great fit for Bomb Hugger. She's just such, there's nothing, when you look at her, you're not going to walk in the barn and go, oh my God, do you see that horse over there? No. You're going to look at her and say, that one there was number 5 at Lexington. She's kind of small. I guess she's okay. You see her on the track? Very, very nice filly. So, that's my top 10 list. And it's a long one today. Must be the caffeine. Number 10, Amor Diener. Number 9, Of Tom. Number 8, Matt's MVP. Number 7, Slim Jimmy. And my apologies to Johnny. In my recollection now of conversations, I didn't see who won the race. I thought Slim Jimmy won it. If Matt's MVP get up, which I think he did now, you can reverse those. Number 6, Voyage of Ice and Fire. Number 5, Miss Mildred. Number 4, Eyes of 10. Number 3, Massive Profit. Number 2, Renegade Gypsy. And I suspect you'll be a while knocking off Bomb Hugger from the top position. She just looks too good right now. So, that is your top 10 list, almost 30 minutes of it here on Saturday. A great training day. Luckily, we have these beautiful days where the sun is out. It's, it's +6 now, but it was, around 0 all morning. Just a great day for training, and we had a great day of training. I can't really think of any horses where I said, oh man, what a train wreck this is. All of them did their work as good as they could or better. Were they all perfect? No, of course they weren't all perfect. But they all looked really, really good to me. So a good day of training. There's your top 10 list. We still got lots to talk about. I'm not going to talk about any more of it today. I'm going to wait for my opening till Sunday. I want to see Sunday. I want to see how the horses do. Unfortunately, we had to scratch Tanzanite Tricks. Not the end of the world. Sucks, yes. Not the end of the world. I'm going to go drive Ailson. I'm going to go drive Donadover. We're going to see how Saturday shakes down for us tonight. Take care.